Today is Wednesday. Couldn't wait for Wednesday. Just came on a little earlier to try to set up everybody so I can, get ready. I'm always with technical difficulties. I think I have me a little setup now. Let's get started. I'm a little early. I'm waiting for you guys to come on. I think I set myself up a little good today. Today I'm by myself. So, we're going to get it in one way or the other, with or without a guest. Next week we will have a guest. And I have a lot to say today, a lot to talk about. I'm set up here where I hope and believe I can see your comments, your Q&As and all. So I'm going to give it a little minute, and wait for you guys to log on. This was hump day. Beautiful Wednesday, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I had someone who was going to sit on the couch with me today, just to be a support. But it was my daughter-in-law, and unfortunately, my grandbaby had an accident in her car, so she had to take care of that. Just prayers go up for her, and her mom, she's okay from what I'm getting. And just looking for prayers. We appreciate that. Devil's always in the way, and he's just always in the way. My living in my truth class that I appreciate so much. Love the hearts. Y'all know I love the hearts. Heart in the ear too. And guess what? Trace went back black. Tracy went back black. This is me. This is who I am. Had fun with the blonde. Today I can do these things, Change is constant. Nothing constant but change. So I do use it for the best. Hey, hearts. Here come them hearts. So I know you're getting ready and you're coming on. Appreciate you. It's crazy. I always rubbing my legs and everything when I get on here. It's funny. I crack myself up sometimes. But I'm just waiting for you guys. Again, I'm Tracy Allen Williams. I'm a grateful recovering addict. I soldier for, spreading this word, for my higher power, and just to help people who are still sick and suffering with drugs and alcohol. Hey, how are you? Tina, how you doing? Hey there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, so welcome to have you on. Welcome, welcome. Again, I'm Tracy, grateful recovering addict. I love sharing and helping people, with my strengths and hopes and my story and the information and education that I have for drug addiction. Hey, Michelle. Hey. Hey, Marta Cotman. Quick change, wasn't it? Yes, indeed. Michelle Sherrod, hey. Hey. Loving it, seeing you on. Loving seeing you on, girl. Yeah. Hey, Mart. My bestie. Hey, Marta. Glad to see you again, too. Why, thank you, Michelle. Went back black, girl. the coast is clear. I hear you, Mark. I know that's right. I know that's right. I'll be back, though. My living in my truth glass. Isn't that cute? It was made for me. I just love it. Yeah. And who is that? Yadir? Hey, sweetie, how are you? Welcome, welcome. That's one of my models. Go ahead, girl. Still beautiful. Always will be. Hey, Tiff. Hey, Tiff. All right. You hear me? And Nisha. Hey, Nish. Michelle. Bras, right? You funny. You was killing them, girl. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Welcome. Well, y'all just make my day when I see y'all on this live. All of you. My goddaughter. Hey, Niche. Yes. Yes. I'm trying to look all the way over there, y'all, and I got my little dress. Hey, Cammy. How are you, babe? Yes. Yes. Y'all know I love them hearts, right? Love them, love them, love them. And we doing so good with this live, y'all. It's just so, it is just inspiring. And I am so blessed to be able to do this, you know, and to help people. And I get a lot of feedback from people who's really, you know, listening and struggling and trying to get better, and people who don't understand addiction, you know, or recovery, you know, and underestimates, you know, the still sick. You know, some think that they can't get better or they just don't want to get better. But this is why I'm on this live, so I can help people understand the power of addiction and disease. You know, it is a disease, it's a sickness, it's mental health, it's all of that. You know, and it takes a lot to get better and a lot to get clean and a lot to know that you are somebody. You're just not stuck in this world of sickness. You know, you're still there, you're still inside. You know, you just got to dig deep and want to find yourself. And you just need help doing it. You know, it's hard to understand addiction, you know, but we keep things on the eye, you know. Reason why we keep it on the eye, because it starts with me and it's going to end with me, you know, as it starts with you and it's going to end with you, you know. So, you know, I'm not a doctor, lawyer, Indian chief. I must say that and get that out there. You know, I only talk about what I know. You know, I talk about what I experience. You know, and I can't get you clean, you know, and I'm not God, I'm not an angel, I'm just a grateful recovering addict who's helping the next sick and suffering with my stories, with my information and education, and what I know about recovery, you know, and any addiction. You know, addiction is addiction. I'm going to read a little bit about addiction a little bit, you know, in this program. And y'all know I call it everything: program, podcast, live, whatever we hear, you can hear me, you can see me, and we're gonna get this. And the ones that are watching who can't hear me, this will help teach you how to listen, you know, okay? Because you have to learn how to listen before you even hear, you know. So once you learn how to listen, you know, so you can hear, then you'll start seeing and feeling, you know, same way I feel, and every recovering addict that's here. Go ahead, Cam. I hear you, baby. You know, you too, Yadira. I don't know everything, y'all, but I know enough to stay clean, you know. So what I do know, I share, you know, and it's open. Sharing and recovery costs you nothing but work in yourself and wanting to get better. That's all it is, you know. It's free. You know, the whole thing, you know, is free. But first, you have to learn or come to your truths that will set you free. Definitely. You have to get honest. you know, and you have to hit a rock bottom, basically, you know. But you don't even have to hit a rock bottom, because some of us, you know, are still have some of those little pieces up there that's still connected a little bit, that know that we're going too far, or, you know, that we really have to stop, you know, getting high. It's called acknowledging. You know, you have to acknowledge, you know, yourself, and submit and surrender to yourself that this is a sickness. Hey, D. Hey, my beautiful sister. Hey, D. Good to see you on. Hey, Michelle. Here she is. Hey, Michelle. Yeah. So surrendering is the first thing, you know, admitting that you are powerless over drugs and alcohol, you know, and it's hard to do that depending on how deep into the sickness that you have become, and how much this sickness has grabbed your mind and put it in a state of shock. You know, just put it in a standstill and say, I got you now. You know what I mean? And then you become the fight with it. You know, so again, I'm not a doctor, lawyer, Indian chief, but if there's any questions, Q&As, I'm going to try to use the terminology, Q&As that needs to be asked, please, by all means, do that, because I can see your comments very well, and let y'all know I did it by myself. How about that? Okay. You know, I always read something from the book or a quote. You know, the quote for today is, recovery is not about people getting good. It's about good people getting well. Beautiful. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to read it again. Recovery is not about people getting good. It's about good people getting well. You know, I think that's beautiful, because, you know, like I said, we are still here. We are still in here. We're just lost in the maze, in the matrix, in the brain. I always say that. You know, the brain pieces is all broken up in so many individual pieces, to the fact that there's nothing left. Disease won't allow you to have anything but the worst of the worst. You know, so this is the fight that we go through, and that's what holds us all from getting better, because it hurts. Hey, Key. How are you? You know, so, you know, just hear what I'm saying, you know, and listen to what I'm saying, and it probably can help you, you know. This is what I'm going to read. Some people, they don't understand who's an addict and what's an addict. Okay? And let me say this first. Hey, Jack. And Letty. Anna. Hey. You know, let me say this. Words are vicious, very vicious. And just using the word addict sounds like the worst word in the world. You know, words are vicious, and how it's being used, and what you're being called, and how you're being called it. You know, today, I mean, at the beginning of my addiction and trying to get help in recovery, I tried to accept being an addict, but I just wasn't feeling it like that. It just wasn't working. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not submitting that I'm no addict just because the word said addict. You know what I mean? So my sickness wouldn't allow me to accept that. It wouldn't allow me to say that I'm an addict. Like, what the hell is an addict? You know what I mean? I'm not surrendering to that. You know what I mean? You know, because I wasn't listening. You know, so because I wasn't listening, that means I couldn't hear. You know, and I definitely couldn't hear, so I can't see that. I can't see myself as no addict. I just felt like I, you know, slipped and messed up. Hey, Thurm. I slipped and messed up. Hey, Miss Pinto. And messed up. You know what I mean? But I wasn't accepting the fact that I was an addict yet. You know, going to the rehab and going into meetings, you know, and that's another thing, y'all. There's nothing wrong with going into a rehab. If you're going into a rehab for help, go in and get it. You know what I mean? You're going to see a whole lot more people, and you're going to see some worse than you are. You know what I mean? You're going to see people in there that you would have never thought that would even be involved in this type of thing. So, you know, just hearing the people that I used to know and seeing them in there saying that they was an addict and they was junkies and they was alcoholics, you know what I mean? And looking so good, you know, it just started like seeing and started becoming believing, you know? So don't fear. Hey, Linda. Don't fear going in, you know what I mean, into a rehab and getting help. Or even if you want to go to the rooms, you know, and start getting help. You know, some people, you know, didn't have to go to rehab. I didn't. You know what I mean? I shared with my sister Linda. Linda didn't, and she's doing beautifully well. She's doing so great. Isn't that right, Linda? Put some hearts up there and let them know. She didn't. You know what I mean? And she is, oh God, she is just blessed. She is just blessed. And she has a word for you. She can help you in that category. You know, she is awesome. You know, and we all used to run together. We all used to hang around each other. You go, Michelle, you know, and, you know, what works for one may not work for the next. You know, this is why I had Patrice on here, you know, so she can kind of give you some, you know, some of her information and education, you know, about high powers, you know, and God, you know. I just wanted everybody to know that, you know, in recovery, you know, I choose my higher power to be God, you know. That's my higher power, you know. And some say that, you know, it should be, you know, one of the religions or whatever. Well, for me, it is a religion, and my higher power loves me. My higher power blesses me, and whichever way I get to know him is between me and him. And I know he knows this is why he blesses me to do what I do. You know, I'm not against any other religion. I don't care if they, if you call a bug your higher power. Whatever works for you is what works for you. You know, and every day is a new day and a blessed day. And growth is in every single day. So know that. Growth is in every single day. That's for everybody, not just the still suffering and the addict. It's for every human being, dog, cat, bird, whatever, on this earth. We all get one day at a time, you know. So I want to bring a lot of different people on to share. I want to bring a lot of different things to this live, you know. It's just if the people want to, you know, and everybody don't. You don't have to come to the couch. You know, I could add you on when I learn how to do it, because I'm not gonna act like I can do that tonight, right? To add you on to the video, you know, camera, however they do this thing, you know, and add you on here on a phone, and that is still just like sitting on the couch, you know. So everybody, you know, don't recover the same way. We have the same tools, yes, you know what I mean, but how you perceive it and how you take it in and how you build your toolbox up is for you. You know, again, like I said, I can't tell you, you know, what works for me is going to work for you, but it can help you, you know, to learn how to help yourself. All right. So I want everybody to know that. So I'm going to read this. Who is an addict? Most of us do not have to think twice about this question. We know. Our whole life and thinking was centered in drugs in one form or another. The getting and using and finding ways and means to get more. We live to use and we use to live, and that is a fact. You know, very simple. An addict is a man or woman whose life is controlled by drugs and alcohol. We are people in the grips of a continuing and progressive illness who ends always the same. And this is so true. It always ends the same way. And that's jails, institutions, or death. You know, and again, we live our whole life and thinking, you know, it was, you know, just centered around drugs and alcohol, you know, and once we do enough of it, you know, it becomes madness. It becomes that sickness of disease, you know. And again, I always share disease is a word that we have to understand to know what it is, how it works, and what it does to us and our brains and our emotions. You know, what it does is separates them. And once it separates them, it got us. You know, we become liars, we become thieves, we become crooks. We do everything that's negative just to feed a disease that's hungry, you know, for the poison and the drugs and the alcohol. You know, whatever drug that you on. One drug don't mean any different than the other drug. You know, some people think, you know, if you shoot heroin, you know what I mean, you better because you snort coke. Hell no, this shit is the same. You know what I mean? It does the same damage as any other drug. It does not matter. You know, if you use them and abuse them, it's going to get you. There's no doubt about it. Physically, mentally, and spiritually. You know, we can convince ourselves that we okay and this is not going to work. You know, it ain't going to happen to me. Yeah, that's a lot of us. It happened to us. You know, and a lot of you that are on here and know and understand where I'm coming from, definitely it happens to you because it has no favorite people. It has no special kind of person. You know, it doesn't matter who you are. You know what I mean? It's cunning, baffling, and powerful, and it works through people. You know what I mean? In places, doing things. And you're going to run, you're going to do the same thing everybody else done if you continually to abuse the drugs, you know, because the directions, again, is jails, institutions, and death. Trust that. You know? A lot of us be concerned about what people say about us, you know, and what people think. You know what I mean? I used to, at the beginning of my recovery, I did, you know, at the beginning of trying to get better. I used to always, you know, look around and see if people see me anymore. You know what I mean? As much as I was hiding when I was getting high, you know what I mean? And it's, you know, today it's like what other people think about you or about me is none of our business. You follow? The reason why I say that is because you can't let nobody get in your way. You can't let nobody get in the way of what you're doing for you. You know what I mean? So really it's like, hi, it's okay. You know, they taught me all about that. They told me that, you know, you're going to have to be very aware of the people, places, and things. We have tools for everything that can come at us to hurt us, everything that can get in our way. We have certain tools in NA and AA, you know, in recovery that allows us to, you know, learn, and it becomes a part of us so that it can't get in our way. We can't let anything get in our way except the battle. We got to fight the battle. We have to keep the battle in front of us, not behind us. You know what I mean? So we have no time to think about what people think or what people say. You know, because people that don't understand us and don't know us don't know what to say anything anyway, except for negative shit. Oh, she ain't that. She used to be this. She used to be that. She was sharp. She this now. Girl, she out there doing this. She out there doing that. Okay, I accept things I can't change. I know that. I know that. And we have to build that strength up in ourselves, you know, to know that so we can have the wisdom to know the difference so that these things can't get in our way. And this is what this is basically about tonight. Not allowing things, people, places, and things to get in your way, you know, and accept the things that you cannot change. Change the things that you can and have the wisdom to know the difference, you know. Not simple to get here, you know what I mean? But if you keep working on self and you keep praying to that higher power, you understand what I'm saying? And you keep going and doing what you're supposed to do if you're in a rehab, if you go to NA, if you go to AA, you know what I mean? If you go to CA, keep on doing it. If you have a sponsor, you know what I mean? Keep on calling. Keep on talking. You got to talk about everything. You got to get it out of you. You got to accept the things you can't change. Again, I say this all the time and every time because it's so important to do this. It is so important to accept things you can't change. Trust me. You know, it be in the way. It being a way. Disease is going to fight you as you try to fight it. And at the time of addiction, disease is in control. You know what I mean? So you have to be aware and know when it's fighting, when it's there. You know, when your emotions is changing, you know what I mean? When it's things are starting to make you feel like you don't, you know, man, this is too much. I'm not doing this. I don't care about this. No way. You know what I mean? That's nothing but the sickness. That self-conscious mind appears. Nothing but your sickness talking to you. You know what I'm saying? When you start doing, you know, making your own decisions and making your own choices, that means you're battling and you're battling hard and you're getting better. You're not allowing disease to take the whole control of you, which it already have of you, but now you're going to take the control back so that you can start living a normal lifestyle. You know, so a lot of the disease work through people and places. A lot of people don't, again, I have to say, don't understand us. They just know what they see. They know how we used to be. You know what I mean? They don't understand that mental sickness that we're dealing with inside here. You know? Let me take these glasses off. That mental sickness that we have inside here. They don't know that once we get this disease, it's always there. You know, for some of us won't believe that, but guess what? If you start using again, this thing gonna take you right back to where you left off. You know, trust me, it's gonna take you right back to where you left off, and it's gonna be worse than it was the last time. You understand what I'm saying? It's not going to be good. It's not going to be where you can control it. You'll never be able to control it again. You got to get that control and keep that control. You know what I mean? And we're not on here to relapse. We're on here to stay clean. You know, this is what we want. And this is what you always have to have up here. That I'm going to stay clean, I'm going to get clean, and I'm going to do what I have to do to remain clean. And remaining clean is the recovering person living in a recovery life by changing your thinking. Everything about us we have to make a change with, even when we clean, even when we stop using. A lot of us forget, you know, and feel so good about being clean that we forget that we still sick, you know, and we are, you know. Changing the thinking is going to always help you to remain clean. That's what keeps you clean. That's exactly what keeps you clean, changing your thinking. You follow? Changing your people, places, and things. And sometimes people, places, and things can be your family. You know, it can be your children. You know, you got to get away. You got to get you right. You know what I mean? Because you are the most important person. I'll say that every time I come on here. You are the most important person. This thing starts with you, and it's going to end with you. And it's for any other addiction as well. You know what I mean? Again, a lot of us hide behind addiction. A lot of us hide behind personal little things. You can be addicted again to gambling. You can be addicted to men. You can be addicted to smoking. You know, you can be addicted to sex. You can be addicted to any damn thing. Anything that's taking over your life, something's wrong. You know what I mean? And I think you need to check it out. That's all I'm saying. You know, everybody, you know, you could be addicted to just being a troublemaker. You could be addicted to almost anything. You know, you have to take a self-inventory on self and figure it out. What's wrong with me? Because if you ain't feeling right and something feel funny, or you know you're not doing something that's right and somebody is saying the same thing to you all the time, like say, for instance, you come around somebody and then somebody say, man, here come trouble. You know what I mean? And you get this reputation, you know, and all this type of shit. That means something wrong. Something wrong. Take an inventory. That's step 4 in the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholic Anonymous. Take a moral inventory on yourself and see what's going on with you. You know, it's not all for the eye of the addict. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we get clean, you know what I mean? And these are things that's left in us. And we find out that we got more going on in this sickness than we even thought. Being clean. You know what I mean? That's why changing your thinking is so important. You know, and taking that inventory on yourself is so important. You know, I didn't always feel the way that I feel, you know, today. I didn't always love myself the way that I love myself today. You know what I mean? I didn't always put into my family and my friends, you know, the way that I put into it today. You follow? It's all called change, you know, because these are the people and the places and doing things with them that I enjoy now. You know what I'm saying? It changed me to want to do family things, family dinners, family trips, family plans. You know what I mean? It changed me to be around family, to know that my circle is right. You follow, far as that, and far as the forgiveness that I have received from them. You know, the people, you know, I have friends that I enjoy being around, that's in my circle. You know, I don't have to go out in the street no more and try to, you know, be this person. You know what I mean? I feel good. I feel real good of what I have become today. And all I'm asking my higher power is to keep on giving me these good feelings. Keep on leading me the way that I want to be led. The way things that I look forward to in myself. And as long as I keep doing what I'm doing, it's going to happen because I have faith. And I know that it will. You know, because coming from the junkie, coming from the hoe, coming from all of that to who I am today, I know God is real. You follow? I know that he works for me and he understands me with my conscious contact of understanding him. You know, so this is so powerful, you know, and so much information, you know, to you, you know, for who is willing to take that step and surrender, who is willing to take a moral inventory on themselves and see what's happening with you. You follow? You know, because like I said again, you know, last week, you know, everybody think ain't nothing wrong with them, but sometimes there's something wrong with a whole lot of us. You follow? And we so easy and clear to see somebody else's wrong shit, but we don't even think that nothing is going on with ourselves, but it is. You know what I mean? And you know, and that's not for everybody. I'm just saying for who it is. The truth is the light, and if you know it's you, surrender to you. You follow? If you know that there's some things that's going on to you, you need to find a way to get help and surrender. You follow? Even if it's just to you, because you got to do it for you first. You follow? So again, you know, what people, you know, other people think is just like, to me, is not, I don't care. You know, it's none of my business. You know, and that's a better word, and to me, a better way of putting it. Like, it ain't my business anyway what you think about, you know, or what you saying, you know, or what you remember. You follow? Or you want to tell a story about me. You know, hell, ask me first. I'll tell the story. It's no doubt. It's no doubt that I won't tell the story about me, and I'm going to tell the truth. You know, because I've been taught and I've been given the proper tools to accept the things I can't change. You follow? And change the things that I can. You know, and understand why the things that I did came from a sickness that's cunning, baffling, and powerful. You follow? That works through people, places, and things. You know, and that is planted up in this head of mine. You know what I mean? And I don't get cocky with it. I just have to remember that. And I have to always remember that. You know what I'm talking about, Shell? You always have to remember that. You follow? We have our God that covers us. You know what I'm saying? You know, our faith and our belief in him is going to always keep the conscious contact with him. You know? And that's for me. That's for me. You know, and it works for me. You know, anybody that feel as though, you know, they stopped using one drug and then maybe you picked up drinks, you know what I'm saying? It's still disease. It's cunning, baffling, and powerful, because we can't pick up one drug for the next. You know, we can't, anything we do, we going to abuse. You know what I'm saying? In any way, you know? We got some out here that went from drugs, from cocaine and heroin and all that to, you know, drinking, and they call it sociable. To each his own. That don't work for me. I can't do it. You know what I mean? When I tried to do it, that shit was driving me crazy in a whole nother way, you know? It may not have made me go out there and drink and do all that crazy shit, but it damn sure kept me irresponsible in a whole lot of ways, you know what I mean? Being out there all drunk and all messed up, you know what I mean? Calling myself having fun, you know? And I'm not going to say at the time it wasn't fun, but I have the wisdom to know the difference today, that it was still crazy. It was still stupid. It still took me over. It still had me sick. If disease is what I'm trying to get rid of, you know what I mean? Not to try to not find another thing that'll make me just as crazy in another way because I'm addicted, you know what I mean? And I didn't even know how to damn drink. I just drank name shit, you know what I mean? I wanted pretty shit drinking. Ain't that something? I wanted pretty drinks. You know, I'm a sick addict, you know, healing from cocaine, but I wanted a pretty drink. You know, that's pretty crazy. That's a nutball thing in our world. You know what I mean? When I knew at that particular time that Narcotics Anonymous, you know, told me that you can't change one drug to the next, you know, but I thought I was Superwoman and tried it any damn way, and it did not work for me. It did not work for me. It was nasty and nasty after drinking any daggone way. Have no conscience of what I'm doing, driving, doing all kinds of stuff out there. You know what I mean? That was pretty much no different than what I was doing any damn way. You know what I mean? Out in those streets. You know? So for me, it's none. I don't need any of it. You know, and that's just a word of wisdom and advice to anybody. You know, don't go from one drug to the next. It's still sickness. It's still sick. And that means disease is still winning just because I'm not picking up cocaine. You know, it could have been a time where I might have picked the cocaine back up. You follow what I'm saying? But I had my higher power that I prayed to and started them 12 steps back over from the beginning. You know what I mean? And today, none of that exists inside me today. And I feel great. I feel beautiful. I feel strong. You know what I mean? I'm very happy, you know, with my life. You know, I'm loving the fact that I can love my children, love on my family, love my husband, you know what I mean? Have nice things, you know, have fun, you know what I mean? Party without drugs and drinking. I don't need it. I have more fun than the average, believe me when I tell you that. You know, and then being a designated driver ain't too bad either. I'm going to tell you that. Hey, Ange. Hey, Ange, that's my bestie. What's up, girl? You know, and I don't want nobody to think that I'm coming down because you can go out and party and have a good time. To each his own. You follow? You know, to each his own when it comes to that. I'm just saying what I can't do, you know, and knowing that I acknowledge my sickness, you know, and I acknowledge that, you know, I'm a junkie. You know what I mean? I'm a junkie who's living a recovering lifestyle, you know, and I want to remain this way. You know, and being grateful, you know, living without drugs and alcohol and society, you know, because again, that's another drug, as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? And I can fight this fight and still stay clean. And this is what I want for you. I want you to know that it's possible. I want you to know that you can. You know what I mean? And you have to say that I will. You know, but first you have to surrender and get honest with yourself. You know, living in your truths. If you don't get honest, this thing don't work. You know, again, you can't get halfway honest. You can't say, I'm going to stop this and don't do this and then I'm going to do that. Nah, you got to come clean. You got to come to the point where it's like, look, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know, I'm ready to start my life, get a life, live a good life, find a higher power greater than myself to help me restore my sanity, because you're definitely insane. You know what I mean? When we out there and we doing all this shit, we definitely insane. You know, and this is what people see. You know what I mean? And then we become what they see. Real clear. You know, this is something that we can't hide. We can't hide being lit up. We can't hide being fucked up. I'm just going to say it like that. You know what I mean? You can't fake it to make it. You can't do it that way, because guess what? You are who you are. You're an addict. You know what I'm saying? You know, you hear me? We're junkies. We can't hide it. You know, we could think that we're getting over for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to come right back. And when it come back, it's going to come back like this. And it's going to be strong. It's going to be worse than it was the last time. And I fear that. I don't want that to happen to me, because, see, my rock bottom was worse enough. It was crazy enough. And I don't want to go back down there. It's like living in hell. You know what I mean? Living with the devil. You follow? Having no control of nothing. You know, not myself. Made me forget I had children. You know, made me forget I had a life. Made me forget I was human. Made me forget I had a mother. Made me forget every damn thing. It didn't matter who Tracy was no more. She was gone. You know what I mean? Now she became Trey Trey. So that's what I call her. You follow what I'm saying? But Tracy was still in her. Tracy was still there. She was still in here. She just didn't know how to get her back. You know what I mean? Until she got help. And she found help. And she surrendered. You know what I mean? And again, I'll say again, she found a higher power greater than herself to help restore her sanity. You know, another thing I wanted to say about growing, okay? We grow through what you go through. I think that's a beautiful statement. We grow through what you go through. You know, again, it all feeds right back in to the lifestyle and finding your way, you know, to accept, again, you know, things you can't change and change things you can, you know, and it's beautiful. I can just say that it's a beautiful feeling. It's, you know, for me to grow, you know, through what I went through, which would allow me not to worry about people, places, and things, you know, who say this or who do this or who's looking at me like this. You know what I'm saying? And I know that I'm growing, you know, through all the things that I've been through. It's because of the things that I've been through that has allowed me to grow, because I opened up my mind and I opened up my heart. You know what I mean? And I put these two things together like this, and now I can see. You know what I mean? I can see where my wrongs are. I can see where my rights are. I can see you know, and feel all of it, you know, that of me, you know, just because my thinking and my emotions and my heart is all together again, you know, because in disease, it separates that. That's the DIS/EASE. You know what I'm saying? And you're apart. So your emotions is not working with your thinking, and one can't work without the other. You follow me? You know, and now today they collaborate. They tight as hell. You follow? And my job is to keep them that way in order for me to make change and growth in my lifestyle. And that's for us addicts and alcoholics. You know, we have to learn this and learn how to, and I say addicts and alcoholic, you know why? Because that's what it is. That's what the names of us are. You know, accept those things. You know, don't let words be so vicious where they hurt you. You know what I mean? From what people say or how they or what they say we are. You know what I mean? Because you can put, that's just like cussing us out. You damn addict. That's all you are. You know what I mean? You ain't nothing but an alcoholic. You follow what I'm saying? I'm fighting words in the minds, in the state of mind of us, you know, especially when our minds and our emotions is not even dealing with each other. You know what I'm saying? We get vicious with it too. You know, so when we get these things back together, we get strong, we get powerful. You know what I mean? We get powerful for self, even when people still see us weak. Even with to them, we have no growth, but to us, we know that we do. This is why it's kept on the eye. You know what I mean? Because we have to keep things on us and not allow people, places, and things to come in the way of us and keep us blocked. You know what I mean? From the thinking and the emotions so that we can't work on us. You know, we got to eliminate them. We got to eliminate all of that in order to get better. You have to eliminate all of that in order to get better, because this sickness is so cunning, baffling, and powerful. Believe me, it's going to beat you up. It's going to beat you up. That's its power. The power is the people, the places, and the things. You understand what I'm saying? That's one of the strongest powers that disease has, because we can't get those things out of our minds and what people say and how people say them and how they look at us, you know what I mean? And what they know. You know, we know they know, you know, or what they think they know. You know, but we have that's the only type of feelings that sickness allow us to keep, you know, when we are in dis-ease. Am I making sense? Did anybody hear me? You know, this is what it does. This is how strong it is. You know, Michelle, I don't know what happened to my phone over here, but I was able to watch, see some of these words, comments that's coming over here, but I don't know what's happening now. It ain't moving. Something's going on, you know, but it's okay, you know, but, I hope you guys hear me. You know, I hope this is interesting to you in what's being said. You know, I'm going in some of these, you know, little notes that I wrote down, you know, so that I can keep it going. You know what I mean? And I have another little saying down here is like revealing and healing. If you listen to these things and what I'm saying is all connected in the same way. It's just being, you know, put in a different way. You know what I mean? And a different way of being said. Hey, Mary, you know, I spent time working on me and lost. Wait a minute. I spent time working on me and lost so people stop going to some places and stop doing some things that was over 20 years ago. I totally understand. Thank you. You know what I mean? It's been a long time for myself too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm, hi Phyllis, and it is. You know what I mean? That is so true. You know, it doesn't matter how long it's been. You know what I mean? Just start. You know what I'm saying? Just start, because it becomes normal. So I know what you're saying. This is just our life now. You know what I mean? That we know what we have to do, and our peace in our minds, you know what I mean? Hey, boo, you know, in our minds, you know what I mean? I am so at peace today, you know, and because I need all my energy. I need all my energy for me. I call it weight when you allow people, places, and things to come in shit in your life, you know what I mean, and get in your way. You know, sometimes it takes separating from people, you know, and it's okay with me. I'm okay with it, you know? It's fine with me. You know, I can live with that. And I still pray for them and me. You know, I pray for them and me. I pray for my healing, and I pray for my being able and capable of understanding, you know, what it's about. If it's with anybody, it doesn't matter who it is, you know what I mean? And what I need to do for me. You follow? And understanding where the people, the place, or the thing is coming from. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to let it be in my way, though. I'm not going to let it weigh me down or overweight me, because I can't afford to do that. You know what I mean? I'm a sick individual, you know, and I want peace. I want peace surrounded around me. You know what I mean? This is why I don't try to get into all of the craziness, the gossip, and the wrong people. I know what people is good for me. I know what places is good for me. You know, I love being home. I'm going to tell you the truth. I love being home. I become humble to the home, you know, and I'm okay with it. It was one time you couldn't keep me in no damn house. Shit, I'm going out. I'm going to be out there. I'm going out in the street. I'm going to do something in every day of the damn week. It don't make a difference. You know what I mean? But I love being home. You know what I mean? I love driving up to my home. You know, I love coming in here, just sitting around and figuring out something else I could change in my house. Something like that. You know what I mean? But guess what it is? It's peace, though. It's peaceful. It's so peaceful. You know what I mean? And it keeps me safe. You know, it keeps me safe from all the crazy world out here. You know, and I love, you know, having company, you know, in my circle. You follow? Keeps me at peace. Keeps me safe. You know, it's just the change that I have chose to take, you know, for me, because I am sick, you know, and to heal, you know, you have to be in peace, you know, to heal and to feel your healing is going to bring you to peace. You know, so, you know, without all the riffraff and all the craziness, I'm doing pretty good, you know, for me, you know, and I ain't missing nothing. I'm not missing nothing. I'm gaining. You know what I mean? I'm gaining more, you know, closeness to my higher power. I'm gaining more, you know, closeness and love with my family. You know what I mean? And friends. And I love where I'm at today. You know, and some just don't understand why we can't get it. All right, it's okay. It's okay. It's called communication. You know what I mean? And some people just won't surrender, you know? And it's okay, too, because I pray for that. I do. I really pray for people. You know what I'm saying? But I know what I can have around me, and I know what I can't have around me. I know that my peace is in a good place. You know what I mean? My disease can't take advantage of me. It can't make me hurt from none of it. You know what I mean? It can't get inside me to make me give in. You know, and I just refuse to do that. You know, I don't know about anybody else, but that's what I do. You know, recovery taught me these things. You know, those 12 steps taught me these things. And I stay in my 12 steps, and I keep myself reminded in my 12 steps, because I know that's my medication. You know what I mean? It's like I said, when you get a headache, you take a Motrin. You know, this is what the 12 steps is for me. When something starts bothering me and painful for me, you know what I mean? Or confusing or making me angry, because, you know, anger is a biggie. You know what I'm saying? And making me starting to think to want to do the wrong things when I'm too far ahead trying to do the right things. You know what I mean? So for me, this is what I take. I go to my 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous, and believe me, y'all, it works if you work it. There's no doubt about that. You know, again, to, you know, the newcomers, you know, and all, listen to what I'm telling you, because this could be, this is for you too. You know, this is where I come from. You know, everybody in recovery was a newcomer first. You follow? Everybody in the rooms, I love stating this, is a recovering person. You know what I mean? A person who learned how to stop using drugs and alcohol. You follow? But we still have that disease, as well as everybody in the rooms do too. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of us still have addictive behaviors. And these is what I'm talking about, addictive behaviors. I'm changing all these behaviors. I'm changing my way of thinking. You know what I mean? To be better than I was before I was even a junkie. You know what I mean? And this is what recovery promises you. You know what I mean? It promises you to live a normal lifestyle, a better lifestyle, and become closer to your higher power. You know what I mean? That definitely will help you restore your sanity. You know, hey, Charnel, what's up? You know, and this is to you, sis, you know, from all the conversations that we had, you know, about you and your sibling. You know what I mean? It comes to a time where you have to live and let God. You know, you can't make people want to change. You can't make people want to listen to what we say. You know what I'm saying? But I promise you, he knows. I promise you deep down, he knows. And I know that it hits him, you know, every now and then. This is why we keep getting high, because the pain is cunning, baffling, and powerful. And that make us not have to listen to what you saying that is the truth. You need to go to a rehab. That make us feel better that we push you right on out, and we go to disease, who's our friend, you know, who's our loved one, who's our higher power. You know what I mean? This is what disease and how powerful disease is. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no higher power. He's your higher power. The sickness is your higher power. You follow what I'm saying? And you keep listening to that voice. You know what I mean? So we ain't got to hear your voice. You know, we ain't got to hear your children's voices. We ain't got to hear your loved one voices. We don't hear you. We hear sickness, and we do what the sickness says because it gives us peace when we feed it. Once we feed it and we don't hear you. We don't even know who we are at that point. We are totally under the influence. And once you become under the influence, you're on the run. The run is going to be the run until the run runs out. You know what I mean? Or the run is going to lead you to the jail or the institution or the death. You follow? This is how disease works. You know, this is why it's so important that you have to always pay attention to you and listen to what you are saying to you, not what the voice is saying to you. Everybody hears that voice. All of us as addicts, we hear that voice. We know that voice is there. You know, and when you hear that voice is when you have to run to this. You got to run to the phone, call somebody, go to a meeting, get a sponsor. You know what I mean? Do what you have to do. Just pray. If you just have to pray, you know, you have to fight back when the voice comes, because the voice never leaves. It just get quiet for a little bit. When you put the power and you put your hooks and your punches up in there with it and you fight it back, it get a little silent on you. You know, it makes you think that you got this, and you know, when you won the battle is never won. You know what I mean? Because he'll always be there. We just put him in remission. That's where it goes. We put it in remission, you know, and we keep it in a lock and key, but we got to always know here and here that it exists. I like that. That was nice. Sometimes I say some things that when I start ramming and I start running, you know, things just come out. You know what I'm saying? The way that they come out. One thing about me, I'm very authentic with this. I don't try to, make things up or sound, you know, again, I always say this like Oprah or some damn body. You know what I mean? Because I'm not her. I'm Tracy, a grateful recovering addict. And I speak and I share the way that I feel. You know, and I will always give you my truth. I will always share with you what I know, you know, and I hope that it can help somebody. I have to say this every time. I hope that I am helping somebody, you know, and you are definitely helping me, you know, by this live. You know, again, like I said, you know, I'm not cured. You know, there's no cure for sickness. You know, there's no cure for this disease. Again, we put it in remission. It lives with us for the rest of our lives. Again, it becomes silent. You know what I mean? And it make you feel like you didn't boss, you in charge now. But you're the one that can't forget that is there. You follow what I'm saying? This is what we always have to acknowledge, and we always have to know. And I know that my higher power has me. I know that God has me. My job is to make sure that I know that disease also had me. You know what I mean? And that I'm a sick individual. You know, I may not look it anymore and I may not act it anymore, but I know damn well this disease is forever. You know what I mean? It will come back. It will beat you down. It is waiting for the moment. You know what I mean? To slide in, slip in, and do what it always did until it kills you. You know what I mean? It is a slow suicide. You know what I'm saying? When you're drinking and you're drugging, you know, and you're getting lit, you know, you're definitely killing yourself. You know, and the disease is so smooth with it, it don't even make you feel like that's happening. You know what I mean? It make you feel like a partying and you know, all the madness that come with it. You know, and then inside is poisoning you. You know, inside is killing you slowly, making you believe that it's okay, you know, to do what you're doing. You know, so always know that, remember that. You know, and know that, you know, it doesn't matter how little or how much. It's just that you do drink it. You do get high from it. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you're doing, you know, poison is poison. I say that all the time. I'm not trying to knock people down, you know what I mean? Or tell people that what little bit they do or they in control of, that word, C word, control of, you know, whatever works for you, work for you. Whatever works for me, work for me. Whomever this information can help, thank God. You know what I'm saying? Whomever this information that is being shared with you, you're listening to and taking inventory on yourself, you know what I mean? Know that I'm not lying. I'm not making this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Because I walk this walk to be able to talk the talk. You follow? And this shit is real. You know, you don't have to be the junkie out there like me. You don't have to be the alcoholic out there like others. You follow what I'm saying? It's the simple fact that the insanity of it is that you do it. You know what I mean? And we know what it can do, regardless. So why make a decision to do it? You know, if you handling it and you able to hang in there with all this shit, God bless you. You know what I'm saying? I was one that wasn't and couldn't, and I know I can't anymore. You know, because I was an abuser. You know, I abused the drugs. I abused the alcohol. You know, so, you know, not even realizing that I was abusing it, you know, until I lost self. You know what I mean? And I became an addict weighing 82 and a half damn pounds. You follow? And never could see myself looking like that. Never seen my face squunched all in. Never seen my mouth crooked and moving all the time. You know what I mean? With my teeth, even when I wasn't high. You know what I'm saying? The hunger for and the power of the sickness had me hungry. You know what I mean? Even when I wasn't high, it wouldn't leave my mind. So I had to get high the best way that I knew how. You know what I mean? And it didn't matter how I had to do it, when I had to do it, if I was laying down sleeping or holding my baby, you know, I still got up and I still got high. You follow? The power of sickness is cunning, baffling, and powerful. Believe me, it's cunning, baffling, and powerful. I get chills in my body when I speak this and I talk about this thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so real, boy. It's so surreal. You know, and knowing it, to walk that walk and be able to talk this talk is such a blessing. It is such a blessing that I know who I am, know what I've done, surrender to what I've done, able to live life again, and to know that my disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful. So I am giving this information to you, you know, passing this thing on. Hey, Denise, passing this thing on, you know, and I hope that, again, it can help somebody. You know what I mean? Yeah, faking is fraudulent. That's the truth, Michelle. That's the truth. You know what I'm saying? One thing you can't fake is sickness, though. Disease, know you faking. Disease know what it's doing to you. You can fake it to make it around anybody else, but God knows you can't fake it with yourself, because the truth is going to set you free. Believe me, the truth, you know what is the truth in you. You know what's the lie. You know what I mean? You know what the cover-up is. You know, but then again, some of us don't even know how that we're wearing masks. You know what I mean? Because there's so many masks that you have to unmask yourself with. You know what I mean? Once you take that moral inventory on yourself, you be like, well, damn, when this shit gonna stop? You know what I mean? It's so much. It's so many. You know what I mean? When you get honest and you surrender to yourself, you won't believe the things you're going to come up with about yourself. You know what I mean? You know better than anybody. You know what I mean? Whatever the situation is in you, it starts with you and it's going to end with you. You know what I mean? So you got to fix it. And in order to fix it, you got to get honest and you got to surrender to whatever it is. You know? So again, try these 12 steps. Try these 12 steps. You know, somebody at my door, y'all, and I can't even go open it. And I don't have a clue in who it is. It could be my daughter-in-law who is going to come sit with me today. And I'm hoping that it's not, you know, but I'm not going to give up my life. I'm not going to stop my life. You follow? I'm going to sit here and still feel good and still feel, because they know what time it comes on, you know. But that was funny because I can't go answer the door. But anyway, I hope somebody heard me today. I hope you take that fourth step. If you have those 12 steps, again, go on your computers and all that stuff and in your phone and look up the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous or Alcoholic Anonymous. You know, just read through the 12 steps. You know what I mean? See if anything can relate to you. See if anything is even about you. I know for the addict and the alcoholic, it's all about us. You know what I mean? I know for a fact of that, but you can see if anything in there is about you. You know, does it make sense? Does it compare to your religion? You know, or things, because it's based off of that. I'm going to be honest with you. You know what I mean? As Teresa and I were sharing last week, you know, that was one of the reasons why I had her on here once again. You know what I mean? And anybody else who has that knowledge, you know, I would love for you to come on this live and share it with us. You know what I mean? And it can help people. It can help people find their higher power. You follow? It can help me learn more about religion. You know, I know a whole lot about religion. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? But I feel like where I'm at is where I need to be. You know what I'm saying? I feel like how I perceive my higher power is just the way it's planted for me. You know, even though I know a whole lot about other religions. You know, so for me at this point, I love God. I love God unconditionally. And I know the power of my sickness that I have to fear and always be aware of, who made me hate him. You know what I mean? Who literally took those feelings and emotions that I had and erased him in the puzzle in my head, the matrix, you know what I mean? And I just couldn't find that peace, you know, at the time of my addiction to put these things back in my head. I became a non-believer instead of a believer, you know, but today, learning through the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous, I believe. You follow? I believe. I love. You know what I mean? I know. You know that he's here. I know that he's in my heart. I know that he's in my mind. I know that he covers me. You follow what I'm saying? And just because I call him a higher power don't make it any different than any other religion. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? And that's what works for me. You know, so again, it starts with me and it has to end with me. And I have to build my life up, you know, the way that I have, you know, and it also works for me. You know, so whatever you do, you know, you have to accept it for you. You have to make this change in your life for you. You follow? I pray just like you. I love God just like you. You know what I'm saying? And I pray hard and I pray every day. I pray for you every day. I pray for the world every day. You know what I mean? I pray for everything that's around me, but I pray hard for the still suffering and the suffering addicts. You know what I mean? Because, again, we are lost people. You know what I mean? We are somebody. We are human beings, you know, just like you. We just got lost and we got drowned in an addiction, you know, of drugs and alcohol. You know, you're there. You can come back. We have this for us, you know what I mean, to help us. We have church. We have mass jeds, we have Buddhas, we have whatever you choose. You know what I mean? Nobody can tell you what does not work for you. You make the choice. We get choices today in our lifestyle as an addict. And you don't allow anybody to change your choice. That's for you to change. Change is constant, nothing constant but change. You know, in this world, there's a lot of things that people need to make change in, but don't think that they need to make change anywhere. You know what I mean? Because they're okay. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? You will be okay as well. You know, again, this is an eye. You know, we keep it on the eye, and that's the reason why we do. You know, we become what is the word I'm looking for? You know, they say we become like we think we all this, you know what I mean, and all that, because we had to make these changes in our life with people, places, and things. You know what I mean? Or how we think today, how we accept things today, with things we're not going to accept today. You know what I mean? But again, it's for us, and this is how we have to live, and the way we choose to live. That's a better way than the way we was living. You know, and at the end of the road, I'm going to tell you, you're going to see, like I said about that tunnel. You know, when I walked in that tunnel, having fun. It was beautiful. You know, with getting high and being out there and being this person and being somebody. But I got into the storm. I got in the middle and I couldn't get out. You follow what I'm saying? I couldn't see. I couldn't hear. I couldn't listen. I did drugs 24/7. When I tried to stop, I went right back to it and the tunnel got even deeper. But I saw the way out. I saw the hole out. I just couldn't get to it. You know what I mean? Because the storm was so great. You follow what I'm saying? The storm was too powerful for me to get through, you know, until I learned how to do it, you know, until I made changes in my life. And then I got those changes. I surrendered. You know what I mean? I did inventories. I became powerless. You follow? And then I started walking closer and closer to that exit out of that tunnel, and now I'm out of there. You know what I mean? So my job every day is to stay out of there. You know, look, I can see the rain, you know, see now that the rain is going. I say that all the time as well. You know what I mean? And this is for all of us addicts and alcoholics. All we got to do is put the work in. We got to want it. You know what I mean? Surrender that we're powerless over drugs and alcohol. You know what I'm saying? And start fighting. And start fighting back. It's going to be the battle of your life. It is a battle on top of a battle. It's going to kick your ass and you're going to kick its ass. It's a battle, a strong fight. And it will be a fight for the rest of your life. But guess what? One is in one corner, one is in the next. I call it the devil and the angel. You follow what I'm saying? When the devil start talking shit, I start talking to the angel. You know what I mean? To keep me safe, to keep me good. You know what I mean? I start to listening to me, not it. You know what I mean? Because that's what you're doing. You start listening to it, that's what you're going to become, an it again. You know what I mean? If you start listening to yourself with the truth and the light, you know what I mean? And loving who you are today, you're going to stay this way. And you're only going to grow and you're only going to get better. You follow? So again, life is beautiful. You know, waking up every day and can recognize the sun from the rain. You know what I'm saying? You know, again, getting up, drinking a cup of coffee instead of smoking Coke. You follow? Is the best thing that I've ever done in my life. You know, and to love yourself. And as much as I love me, girl, I'm telling you, I have much love to give. You know, and feel the love, you know, beautifully, like I never felt it before. You follow? You know, and to love yourself, you know, and to love God is the most precious thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? Coming through this battle of addiction and dealing with this battle of addiction and staying aware is the most beautiful thing in the world for me. You know, and I know it can be for you. So I hope, you know, this segment was also a good one. I hope it was interesting. I hope people heard something, you know, and maybe to start taking those inventories on yourself. You know what I mean? And ask yourself, you know, what do I need to fix? You know what I mean? Am I okay? You know what I mean? And if you are, God bless you. You know, I'm not saying that you're not. I'm just saying for the ones who need it. You know, so everybody that's watching may not be ones who need it. You know what I mean? But it'll help you to understand somebody you know or in your family that does. You know what I'm saying? So this is another reason why this is, you know, I'm on this live. You know what I mean? To give people information and education about us, you know, and the suffering that we go through, and also the greatness of learning that we go through and become better, you know, and stay better, you know, each day. Again, God grants us all one day. You know, yesterday is history, today is a day, and tomorrow is a mystery, you know, for everybody. You know, so I hope tomorrow is a blessing for everybody, you know, as well as I'm going to pray for it for myself and for everybody else. So again, it's 8 o'clock. You know, it always go by fast, you know, but I enjoy it, and I always enjoy it every time you guys come on. You know, I love your comments. You know, I love your honesty. You know what I mean? And I love the messages that I'm getting on my message. You know, I think that's what Therese was talking about last week. She used something, but anyway, you know, keep on sending me through Messenger. You know, I'm going to have to check my iPhone, though, because I always look on my my personal phone, you know, and I was told to check the iPhone Messenger. I got to do that. You know what I mean? But again, you know, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get all this where it needs to be. You know, let me see them hearts, y'all. Let me know if you enjoyed this Living in My Truth tonight. You know what I mean? And I hope that, again, we make it to next Wednesday. Hey, Mo, I see you. I see you, girl. Look, I got to push the other phone up, you know, so I can see the different comments that came on. And I can't see it in front of me. You know what I mean? Hey, is that Letty? Hey, you know, hey, Danielle. That was Letty. Hey, Danielle. Cammie, thank you. Phyllis, always appreciate you. You know, Michelle, always. Lauren. Hey, Lauren. You know, everybody. Denise. You know, Angie. Everybody. I appreciate everybody. You know, and I'll see you guys next week. I got a nice special guest for you next week. You'll know when I advertise it. Trust me. You know I like putting y'all on spots. You know what I'm saying? To come on in and let's share, let's talk. Because it brings a lot more out of me. You know what I mean? Especially if I have somebody else that's here and sharing and listening. You know what I mean? And offering you some good information in any way, shape, or form that it can help us. You know, I'm going to try my best and I'm going to continue. And I'm going to continue doing my best, you know, in this live, you know, to help the still suffering. Hey, listen, y'all, if you got anybody you know that's still suffering out there, try to send them in and sit down on this live. You know, send to me on a comment, like what topic, what you want to talk about, where they at, what they want to do. You know what I mean? Whatever you say. I got something to say for whatever you say. You know, I always tell my clients that too. You know, hey, Nye, I always tell my clients that too. You know, whatever you say, I got something to say too. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not a doctor, lawyer, Indian chief, but I am a grateful recovering addict, and I do love my life today, and I still do love and soldier for my higher power to try to help the still suffering addict and alcoholics. You know, so again, we went over time, y'all. I appreciate everybody. You know, I love the hearts. Thank you so much. Don't forget to share this and to let people know that, you know, all of them will be on YouTube, but it's probably more than all, if not all, on YouTube. You know what I mean? To get on my page is Tracy Allen, Living in My Truth. You know, people are asking me that too, how to get on the page. Okay? Share it, y'all. Thanks for the hearts. I love you too. You know, and again, when we get off this live, share it so other people can see it and other people can hear it. I mean, listen to us, you know, and see if they can get something from it. You know, a lot of people don't comment, you know, and I know that there's a lot of people watching. I know by the numbers, you know what I'm saying? So again, you know, all I'm here to do is to try to help you get clean and help me stay clean. You know, so again, until next week, I see y'all, and y'all have a good night.